Welcome to the introduction to the .NET DataAccess query object pattern. The query object pattern is a way to encapsulate your queries and just return the expected entities. So in a way, you can encapsulate the use of your database or even the use of the database system and the database access technology and hide it from your application. So how does it work? You implement or create something called the iQuery interface. In this case, it's a generic type interface of the generic type T. And then you have some way to query a database. In this case, it's obviously a SQL database with the select star from customers. So it's just get all customers from the database. In most cases, you would have, of course, you would obviously have query objects that are more sophisticated with specifications and provided expressions and things like that. So you just can extend on them. But in our case, it will be very easy just to get the concept across. And then we will create two implementations of this interface. The first one will be the select query of Dapper, and the second one will be the entity framework query object. We will also then later see that we can simply just shift it to a Mongo database query and have them return all customers in the database, just so that you can see that your application code does not need to change, just the way you implement the query object and how you get access to it, for example, via a dependency injection or a factory pattern. And speaking of which, we will create a factory pattern in this application to have it much easier to work with. And our application code will be in a querying class. So the querying class will get access to the factory, and the factory will create an iQuery, and the factory will return an iQuery interface. So we can just simply edit the factory, and our application code, which is contained in the querying class, will not change. And this is the way to go to change your database access without changing the application code. So this is one of the implementations for the data access layer. This is all for the concept. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video where we are going to look at the code for the query object pattern.